Right guys, we're making jerky. And this is what I use. Eye round, or it's also called a Jarello. It takes the least amount of prep. I've tried rump, I don't really like it with rump. So I'm going to show you just a quick little idea of how we clean it up and how we're going to do this. Now it's entirely up to you. I like to clean this up and get the fat off it, etc. Like so. If you like fatty jerky, then leave as much fat on as you want. It's not really for me. I don't like it to be too fatty. I love jerky, I snack on it a lot. And you know how expensive this shit is to buy, and half of it tastes like shit anyway, so this is the way to go. I literally got a dehydrator for $149, a Devante from Big W delivered to my door for 149 bucks, and I'm hammering that thing all the time. So I'm gonna give this a clean up and get back. We're just about done. You need a sharp knife for this too, guys, a decent knife. Last bit. Like I said, you can clean it up as much as you like or as little as you like. I just don't really like too much fat on mine. But in saying that, my mate Jo, she started making jerky, and with all these offcuts of fat and that, I'm going to cut them up small and cook them down like she did with just salt, and you just render it right down till it basically becomes beef crackle, and you can have that as a snack as well. Then all we're going to do, I cut that straight in half. That's what it looks like on the inside. Beautiful. Makes great jerky. Then this part, I'm going to cut it in half long ways, like so. And then just going to put it like that. And you're going to cut it against the grain all along, as thin or thick as you like. I usually go like about that. I don't like it real thick. And then if it's really thin, it's a bastard to get off the tray. It sticks like shit to a blanket on the tray. And all you're going to do with all of that, they're never all going to be the exact same size. Doesn't matter. Some are going to be a little bit more chewier than others, and some are going to be a bit more like crunchier than others. That's the difference. So you get all different textures. I've got all the beef chopped up. It's all here in a big mound, all like so, just heaps and heaps of slices like this. Now we're going to do the marinade. So straight in a, like, you know, your extra large snap lock bag. Now, as you know, I'm not really any good with measurements. I just pour it all in. So this would be probably, it's a big bottle of Worcestershire sauce, just, you know, and probably 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to put it all in there. So we'll say 3/4 of a cup of Worcestershire. And this one, it's not essential, but I do love the flavour in it, is, I got this from Super Value, but I'm not sure where else you can get it. The Cornwell's Relish, it's really good. I'm going to add all of that. So it's probably about the same amount again, about 3/4 of a cup. So this is the original recipe I do. I've done other flavours, but you know what? Out of every flavour I've made, I still always come back to this. This is my favourite flavour. Soy sauce. You can use any soy sauce you want. This is just the only one I have because it's my favourite soy sauce. And we're probably going to go in with about 3/4 a cup of soy as well. And then I've just got some balsamic vinegar. And this one would be 1/4 cup of the balsamic vinegar. And then salt. And I know all these other things are salty, but trust me, you really do need the salt. And with that, I'm probably going to go with about a good heaped tablespoon. And then I'm going to give it a little whisk around. Check the flavour, see if it needs a little bit of anything else or whatever. But generally this is about it, like it's all it needs. And like I said, whenever I do a batch, I normally do double. So I do one original, then I experiment with one flavour. And the flavours that have been nice and everything, but honestly, it's the original every time is the one I love. Right, I'm just going to have a little taste. That's perfect. Enough salt, enough everything it doesn't need. So all you're going to do is put all this meat in the bag, all in there. And then we want to seal it. Oh, bastard. Squeeze out as much air as we can. Make sure it's well sealed, because you'd be terrified if you put it in the fridge and it leaks everywhere. And then you're just going to lay it down, and you just want to mix it around. You want to try and make sure all of that meat gets coated. Do it again. And this is going to go laying flat like this in the fridge for 24 hours. So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. So I'll just keep doing this, make sure it's all mixed through. And then what I do is I'll put it in the fridge like this, and just before I go to bed tonight, I'll come and flip it over onto the other side so it's all marinates evenly. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'll put it in the dehydrator and show you guys. Okay, we're going to set the dehydrator ready to dehydrate the meat that we've had marinating for 24 hours. All I'm going to do is turn it on, And this one is already set to 70 degrees. So like if you look at the temperature, it's already 70 degrees. I don't need to touch that. And we're gonna set it for 5.5 hours. We're gonna take all these racks out. As simple as this. I've got the racks here, and it's like playing jigsaws, right? All we're doing is grabbing the meat and laying it all out. You don't want it overlapping each other or anything like that. They can be close together, you just don't want them overlapping. And yeah, you're just treating it like you're doing a jigsaw. And I'm getting all the bits and pieces lined up like so. There we go, a mountain of jerky. Yep. I'll be hoeing into this, that's for sure. Do yourselves a favour, it's way cheaper and tastes better. All right, treat yourself, get involved, and get it in your big hole. Later, peeps.